Bob Chapek stepped down and Bob Iger stepped in. Could this mean the end of the reservation system? Let's talk about the new CEO of the Walt Disney Company. Hello everyone and welcome to Disney Newsy. Bob Iger is back and the other Bob is gone. Yes, the evil empire has fallen and it is time for the Unfavorables to celebrate. Can you believe it? I couldn't believe it at first. Disney had just renewed his contract for another 3 years, so I thought it was too good to be true. But lo and behold, it turned out to be true. In an official statement made by Disney, they announced that effective immediately, Mr. Iger has agreed to serve as Disney's CEO for 2 years with a mandate from the board to set the strategic direction for renewed growth. Mr. Iger succeeds Bob Chapek, who has stepped down from his position. In other words, he was fired and Bob Iger is left to clean up his mess. But why did he step down so suddenly, you may ask? Well, let's take a look. Perhaps it's because Disney lost $1.47 billion during the most recent quarter. Or maybe it was after the recent Magic Key fiasco. Remember that?
Let's remind you.
It was a hot mess. Everyone had to wait in a queue for at least 6 hours before they got in.
I did it! I'm in the queue!
And some never even got in.
I'm angrier than ever and filled with despair.
The Magic Keys were available for less than 48 hours, and then poof, they stopped selling them completely.
You doing okay, sweetie?
Bob saw the numbers. They weren't good, and this was a tactic to get the numbers up. Once they were up, he stalled the sales because he met his numbers. I have other theories as to why he decided to do this, but that's for another video. Bottom line is, I strongly believe that the shareholders saw through this. It was a cheap move, and they didn't like it. The board of directors didn't like it.
I'm not happy, Bob. Not happy.
And more importantly, the public didn't like it. People were understandably outraged. I don't see how he thought he could pull a stunt like that and not expect an angry Disney mob to come after him. But this guy loves pushing the limits. He really does. And this time, I think he pushed a little too far, because just days after the short-lived return of Magic Keys, Bob Chapek got taken down and replaced by another Bob. You know who I'm talking about. His predecessor, Bob Iger. What a stunning turn of events. I would love to know what's going on inside Bob Paycheck's head right now. He thought he was the king. Even though numbers were dropping, he kept playing it off and acting like he was the best thing that's ever happened to Disney. So I'm sure this news came as a bit of a shock to him. It was a shock to Bob Iger as well. In an email sent out to all Disney staff, he said this: "It is with an incredible sense of gratitude and humility, and I must admit a bit of amazement, that I write to you this evening with the news that I am returning to the Walt Disney Company as Chief Executive Officer." He sounds pretty happy to return. Everyone loves him right now because he isn't Chapek. He's viewed as the good Bob, not the bad Bob, and I think he's going to make a major decision to get on everyone's good side, even more so. And I predict he'll get rid of the reservation system as soon as possible. He seems like that type of guy. I do believe this is something we'll see in the near future, but we'll have to see. Also, I feel like he'll bring back passes with no limits. That's how it was for years, and that's how it worked for years. If he wants to win everyone over, this is the way to do it.
This is the way.
All I know is this: the future is brighter now that Bob Iger is back. He knows there are a lot of unhappy people out there that need to feel happy again, and he's going to try and do that, trust me. So what do you guys think about Bob Iger coming back as CEO? And what about Bob Chapek getting stepped on? I mean, stepping down. Are you looking forward to the future of Disney? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Well, thank you so much for watching, everyone. As always, I appreciate it a lot. Anyway, thanks again, and have a magical day.
This is the way.